Tommy Mommy released a new video. You guys know what it is. Anytime Shoe0nHead drops a video, we always react to it. And this one I think is very special because as someone who has been watching Shoe0nHead since near the beginning of her career, I've been watching her for about a decade. This is a horrible pause. I very much think she is one of the last bastion of like the true OG. I guess you call him anti-woke, but of course woke wasn't a term back then. She says, I survived woke 1.0, the first culture war. Now, as someone that got into the original Gamergate, I was there, 2014. It's been 12 years. That's why I've identified with Shoe0nHead so much. But before we get into the video, were either of you guys involved in Gamergate? When did you basically first learn about and get involved with the culture war?
I think I was watching like some kind of news source on it, and I thought the concept of Gamergate was extremely stupid, so I ignored it.
All right, Sevi, what about you? Because obviously, being a member of Geeks and Gamers has built their entire, foundation on the culture war, and I'm not saying it's a negative. I have as well. I think it's a very good thing. But like, when did you first start feeling this?
Not until much later.
Much later, being like when? Like Last Jedi, Last of Us 2. Like, there had to be something that made you realize, oh, this is where we're at now.
Probably Last Jedi.
Last Jedi? Okay. Well, let's watch her video and see what she has to say. If at any point you want me to pause, let me know, and we'll go from there.
So the other day, I saw a tweet. I feel like all my videos start out like that. The other day, I saw a tweet that said, Woke 1 was crazy. Attached to the infamous photo of Nancy Pelosi and a bunch of Democrat politicians kneeling in African costumes back in 2020 to honor George Floyd.
They should have...
2020.
How's that not fucking racist? Why don't you just ship them to Africa? Like, I don't get it.
Well, no, but I love the idea they say Woke 1 was crazy and it's in 2020, which was about 6 to 8 years after like woke.
Yeah.
Again, Gamergate was 2014, and you can make the argument woke really first started appearing in 2012. But let's say 2014 to be conservative. 2020 was 6 years after the original inception of quote unquote wokeness, even though back then we called them SJWs.
I thought, when you asked about it, I thought you meant like Anita Sarkeesian and that whole stupidity.
Right. Yeah, Anita Sarkeesian is the 2014 OG Gamergate. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
What a fever dream. There were many similar posts from people talking about how crazy Woke 1 was, or Woke 1.0 as they call it. Leftists talking about what they did wrong during Woke 1.0, how they came off too strongly with things like abolish the police, and how they'll do things differently during Woke 2.0. Yeah. You'll get him next time, champ. And don't get me wrong, 2020 was crazy. At the time, I was a bit preoccupied trying my hardest to get Bernie Sanders and Tulsi Gabbard elected.
I will say, Shoe has never once, yes, she's gotten a bit more trad wife and maybe a bit more conservative in like the ideological side of things, but politically, in terms of like her wanting, let's say, free healthcare for all, stuff like that, Shoe has never changed. Shoe is one of the only OG culture war content creators from 2014, 2016 that has been consistent. Like, her views may have changed, but her moral foundations have been consistent the last decade or so. Even the ones I disagree with, like, again, trying to give everyone free healthcare. There's really people call her commie mommy, and it's because she's not actually a communist. She does have a lot of socialist views, but she's very philosophically and morally more aligned with the conservatives, which has always put her at odds with kind of both sides.
Well, and then nowadays, it's like even if you have like a small opposing view, you're considered a far-right extremist. But
right, I
would like to point out that they regret the whole police thing because now they have body cams.
And body cams backfired on them big time because they realized, 99% of cops aren't racist bastards that just shoot unarmed black people.
Yep.
I don't want to talk about it. But yes, from what I remember, 2020 was crazy. But that was not Woke 1.0. Woke 1.0 started long ago. Long ago when being woke was called being an SJW.
Yeah. See, mention it, dude. The term
Yep.
woke. A lot of y'all in the chat might not remember this. I do because I was there. Woke is a new term if you've been in the culture war for a while. Because back in the day, it was all about SJWs, way before the term woke ever existed. And I agree with Matt Stanford, who says, I miss SJW being a slur.
True.
Cartesian was public enemy number 1. And I identify as an attack helicopter, believe it or not, was a joke young people told, and not your 65-year-old uncle on Facebook. You see, Woke 1.0 was not George Floyd and COVID masks. No. This...
And that right there, I have a feeling we're going to be pausing a lot during this video. People have this misconception that, like, BLM, Black Lives Matter, started with George Floyd. Guys, Black Lives Matter goes back to around Trayvon Martin and the other one that got shot. I don't remember his fucking name. There's another black shooting one. The point is, this is like
Oh, so
2012.
typical black behavior. I gotcha.
Right. Like, these go back to these very justified shootings by the police because the blacks were being, like, violent. There's Michael Brown. Thank you, MK3 Kratos. Yes, Michael
I don't
Brown.
think I even know that one.
No, Michael Brown was what kicked off. Do you remember the riots in Ferguson? Ferguson, the suburb of St. Louis? Michael Brown was the shooting that happened in the suburbs of St. Louis. Funnily enough, I went to a fucking rap concert 9 miles from Ferguson when all that shit was going down. And the rapper on stage was making fun of it because this is back when you can make fun of shit like that. Like, the rapper on stage was all like, yo, I'm so glad the cops are out there arresting all the black people during the riots so that we can have a clean show there, while we're doing this concert, the whole 9. Because back then shit like that was fun and it was fine. It was funny. So, like,
back when we were allowed to have comedy.
Right, exactly. But BLM was a thing. For whatever reason, people have the idea that BLM was this, like, post-George Floyd thing. BLM's been around since Trayvon Martin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
was Woke 1.0.
Learn what mansplaining is, and then stop doing it.
Oh my god. Sorry, women.
Hello and welcome to the Shoe0nHead channel. I am your host, Shoe0nHead. You may also know me on Reddit as every e-girl combined into one insufferable millennial woman with fetal alcohol syndrome, or perhaps just Asmongold on HRT. As I am filming.
Okay, I won't front. While these lefties usually do not come up with good insults, Shoe0nHead being called Asmongold on HRT is pretty fucking funny.
Broken clock, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. Broken clocks, correct.
This, it is the 12th anniversary of my first video on this channel. 12 years. 12 years a slave to the algorithm. So in this video, we are going to react to that video as well as a few other old videos of mine. We're gonna see how well or how terrible everything has aged, because let's be real, a lot of this shit aged like milk. Wait, why is the arrow pointing this way? What the f- We're going to talk about Woke 1.0, the ancient lore of me and my channel, how the Overton window has shifted so far since then, how stupid everything looks back then in comparison to things happening today. I feel like every morning we wake up and we are living through yet another historical event. The news moves so fast. There's pressure to react instantly, to pick a side, to condemn, to support. But the reality is, when a story first breaks, we're not seeing the full picture. And that's why for years now, I have been using Today
Ground News as a sponsor. All right, hold on. Look,
Okay,
guys,
good, because I need to grab a blanket. I'll be right back.
grab blanket. Ground News. It's my birthday. Sponsor me. Yeah, like I've turned down so many sponsorships because, like, I don't agree with doing sponsorships that I don't actually feel are, like, morally or whatnot agreeable. Ground News is the one sponsorship I'll fucking beg for. You guys are awesome. Sponsor me. All right, begging portion is over. I've had my e-thought moment. Let's go. Guys, you know the drill. We let the sponsorship ads play out if we're going to be stealing content.
sponsor, Ground News. So let's quickly give them a shout out before we get into this video. Ground News is a website and an app that lets you see how news stories are being covered all across the political spectrum, from left, right, and center. Every story comes with a
I would also take a Raid Shadow Legends sponsor just for the fucking memes. Just saying.
quick visual breakdown of the political bias, ownership, and headlines that helps you understand the full story and make sure you're getting both sides. They make it really easy to compare headlines to see how political bias and media ownership can affect the framing of a story. For example, let's check out this
I love how Tiger King is asking what is ground news, only for her to be literally fucking explaining it.
story about how Republicans in Congress continue to back Iran war despite the political risk. On the left, you'll see the headlines about this are like, Iran war keeps dashing GOP's midterm hopes. And this is how a right-wing outlet covers the same story. Tucker Carlson claims Israel controls US politics, force Trump into Iran war. Very different focuses here, very different vibes going on here. But my favorite feature of Ground News is definitely the blind spot feature. It shows you news stories.
Tiger King, hold on. You say left, right, center news, the same news then. Hold on. So I want you to pay attention to this portion. I'm going to roll it back. I want you to pay attention to this portion because this is why Ground News is so great.
But my favorite feature of Ground News is definitely the blind spot feature. It shows you news stories that have been covered by one side of the political spectrum and ignored by the other. For example, here is another story about how the Iran war is deeply unpopular with even Trump's voters. 39 sources covered this. 64% were left-wing, and only 14 were right-wing. Right-wing media trying to avoid how even their own fan base are sick of this war. And here's a story about how Ilhan Omar's sister is apparently linked to Minnesota's fraud scandal. 100% of the sources that covered this story are right-wing. No left-wing outlets have covered this story. There are so many examples like this.
The funny part of this is that Sevi here on the panel lives in Minnesota. She's a lawyer in Minnesota. She heard about this immediately, sent it to me. I thought it was funny as fuck because, of course, Ilhan Omar's sister is involved in the fraud investigation. And of fucking course, no left-wing media has covered it whatsoever. El Murboff with a 20 banger says, the Culture War timeline, 2014-2015, Gamergate, start of the invasion. I would actually say it's 2014 to 2016 because around 2016, Milo Yiannopoulos was appearing on Fox News talking about it, but I get what you're talking about. 2016 2019, political mainstream, Trump, YouTube anti-SJW Prime, which is where a lot of people, like Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic, really got their blow up. So yeah, agree with that. Anime tourists start spreading. No, the tourists are spreading because of the 2020 COVID stuff, just slightly off, but yes. 2020, COVID arguably woke War II. You could make a video as a vet. Yes, exactly. So there's some slight things in your timeline that are off, but the overall message, absolutely correct. Shout out. I play a clip. We're about to go through this. What were we saying, Cindy?
Disagree on the anime because it started with Madoka Magica and then Attack on Titan.
Well, first I'm going to reject it. Started with Madoka Magica. There may have been a little bit, but Madoka Magica has never been mainstream enough for like the tourists to really get involved in it. I agree with you about Attack on Titan. That's when tourists started to get involved. But 2020 and COVID is when the tourists became the audience that Crunchyroll and stuff were looking to as like the real fans and whatnot.
Okay.
Is that because like at the end of the day, tourists obviously have to slowly get a foot in the door, but they did not become the quote unquote majority until the COVID takeover when all the tourists were stuck at home. So they decided to watch anime even though they never watched it a day in their lives.
Fair enough.
And Ground News makes it really easy to just lay it all out in the open. I've been using Ground News for years now, and it is one of my favorite apps. Even the Nobel Peace Center recognized Ground News as an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview. High praise. Best of all, I am currently offering 40% off their Vantage plan, which is the plan I use to access all their amazing features. To get the 40% off discount, go to ground.news/shoe or use the QR code on screen right here or click the link in the video description down below to subscribe to their Vantage plan today. Big thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video, and thank you, the viewer, as always, for not skipping the ad. And now, back to the video. One of the most funny and endearing things that have been happening lately is people will discover my channel and then they'll make reaction videos to my videos and they'll title them things like Shoe0nHead is dumb.
I say as if I'm not doing right now.
What?
Like, this whole segment is just so I have a video for tomorrow to post while I'm out of town.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, because tomorrow I'm taking me and the family to go see Good Charlotte and the Avenged Sevenfold in concert. I literally was like, well, we always read to Shoe0nHead anyway. I need a video to post tomorrow because I'll be out of town, so I can't make a video. Let's do a Shoe0nHead reaction. I think like a businessman, just saying.
Fair enough.
On with the left. Shoe0nHead is finally waking up. And it's like, I've been woken up. Do not cite the anti-woke magic.
By the way, she is correct. I get kind of annoyed when Nux and all these other like modern day anti-woke, anti-SJW people talk like Shoe0nHead has not always been based. She may have always had like very economically left-leaning. She's always had very economically left-leaning ideas, but culturally, she's always been against the left because she understood the left were doing damage to their own platform. And so, like, look, I love Decoy Voice. I love Nux. But they do these very reactionary titles that are antithetical to what Shoe0nHead has always been. And as a very long time fan of Shoe0nHead, it kind of bothers me about their content.
To me, Nuxtaku, I was there when it was written. Before your girl was Kami Mommy, for better or worse, I was one of the founding fathers of anti-woke content on the internet. I saw this one tweet that was like, the idea there was a woke one is the most jarring to America's moment I've ever had. Really, bitch? I mean, like, I get it. I would pretend it never happened too. It was very embarrassing, but really, bitch? I was there when Bernie Sanders was talking about unions and had his microphone snatched by Black Lives Matter. That was basically—
As was I, and I remember going on a Facebook tirade about that. For those of you guys that still remember fucking Facebook, that was probably the start of my racism.
the birth of my entire political worldview. You can't pretend that shit never happened. I was there when a grown-ass scientist was harassed.
Fuck. Remember when I taught you about this live on stream, Senny?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, the guy that landed a fucking rover on a comet and got destroyed because he was wearing a shirt with sexy women that was made by a woman.
Yeah, like I said, nobody hates a woman like another woman.
I remember this shit like it was yesterday. I would like to inform you guys, and it's obviously for the best because I have an amazing girlfriend here who I love very dearly. But I would like to remind you guys that shit like this is actually what made my first marriage fall apart. I did not realize until what they're calling woke 1.0, the SJW movement, how diametrically opposed in terms of philosophy, ideology, and morals that me and my ex-wife were back when we were, of course, still married. This was the wedge that drove us apart. She was vehemently left-wing and all in on the woke stuff, and I thought that was completely an overreaction. It destroyed my first marriage. Again, I'm happy that it destroyed my first marriage because I've got this beautiful, attractive, amazing Latina, big booty, big titty lawyer in my life. But the fact of the matter is, it was stuff like this that did that. Thank God it did. I remember this like it was yesterday.
And what to teach.
And by the way, for those of you that say, sorry to hear that, don't be sorry. It obviously ended for the better.
For daring to wear a shirt with like cartoon pinup girls on it. We need Nuremberg trials for all the 2010s. You should legally be forced to wear some kind of patch on you in public to identify you as a woke 1.0 freak. When I saw that tweet, I literally had to stop writing my other video to make this one because I was like, okay, I'm not gonna let these people rewrite history. We're not gonna let you write the history books, okay? Who do you think you are? Ghislaine Maxwell's father? So I'm going to be talking about 4 different videos here. Oppression Olympics, Social Justice League vs. Gamers, Average is Beautiful, and Questions for Men Answered by Women. I'm not going to be showing the full videos because this video would be 4 hours long, so if you want to watch the full videos, the links will be in the description. Thank you, I love you, bye-bye. So Oppression Olympics was my first cultural—
Before we get into the Oppression Olympics, we'll start with Cindy, then we'll go to Sevi. I assume you're familiar with the Oppression Olympics.
I'm not.
No.
All right, based on context, what do you think the Oppression Olympics are?
Basically, who has it worse than somebody else?
Bingo, bango, bongo. Yes, the Oppression Olympics were at the very bottom rung. You got the straight white male. One step up, You got you got the gay white male. Straight above that, you got the black male because they've had it bad because slavery and shit. But above that, you've got the gay black male. But above that, you got women. Doesn't matter what color, women have always had it worse than men, no matter how gay or you are or whatnot. Then above that, you've got the gay black men. But above that, you've got the gays and the trannies. The gays and the trannies apparently always had it the worst. And basically, the oppression Olympics is just the ladder of how oppressed you've been equals how much society owes you bullshit.
Oh my gosh. They just want
Political
reparations.
video.
What was that?
They just want reparations.
Effectively.
Uploaded July of 2014. 12 years ago. How old were you guys 12 years ago? I am like 6.
I was 20 when this video was released. I was watching Shoe0nHead at 21. This was slightly before I started watching. Remind you, again, this is my birthday celebration. We're doing this right now. I'm 32 now. I've been watching this Shoe0nHead since I was 21 years old.
60 years old in internet years, like 204 years old in e-girl years. If you have been here, if you have been with me for that long, you deserve like some kind of reparations or something. Like, you have seen some
Retirement.
Cindy, go off. I would love some reparations.
Oh man. Hey, I'm a woman in those Olympics. I get more than you. In fact, you're a white man. You pay me.
But I'm a tranny, remember? According to the internet.
You're a tranny adjacent.
Yeah, you're not real tranny. You're just pretending. All
right, I am about to watch it. I am so scared. I haven't watched this in years.
Hey there, pretty lady.
Oh, God.
Do you wear heels? Do you wear makeup? Do you want to go on a diet and get thin? Don't do any of those things. Hey, I'm a feminist. That's right, a feminist in 2014 America.
Can my voice even do that anymore? 2014 America. Oh, I can. Okay, never mind. Pretend I didn't do that. All right, let's go.
What does that mean? That means I want you to stoop down to my level. And that means don't go on a diet, don't wear heels, don't do makeup, don't do your hair, don't try to look pretty. I get cackles all the time and
Women. It's just
Hey, I didn't do that.
What happened?
I think he took himself out.
Oh, good. Thank God. We don't need this old craziness happening.
I took myself out for a brief moment to say
He found his place beneath women.
Oh, good.
women.
Well, he is.
I took
he does
myself
pretend
out
to be
to
a
remind
woman.
you guys, stop talking, woman, know your place. Don't do any of this stuff. Go on
Kick him
diets.
out.
Work out. Be subservient. Be all the shit that you should do to know your place as a fucking woman. That's all.
I hate it. I just love vlogging about it though, and I love blogging about it on my Tumblr. And shaving? Forget shaving. Don't shave.
Oh my God,
This
it's
video
gross.
game character is dressed too sexily. I don't like it. Change it. I'm dressed too sexily and you don't like it? Stop oppressing me. Did you guys know that rape is bad? Rape is bad. Does anybody know this? Rape is bad. And if you're not a feminist, you're pro-rape.
What?
Y'all remember 2014 when you could say rape on YouTube and not have to put a bleep there because people are pussies and afraid of the real fucking English language?
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember.
Does anybody on this channel still say rape because fuck it, it's the English language and it matters?
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Thank you, Christ.
I can't ever remember to like censor myself, so I just say fuck it.
Because you shouldn't. And the fact that people get punished for censoring, or the people that get lauded, I mean, for censoring themselves is bullshit.
Yeah, I just wait 10 minutes and then I let it go.
That's about what I do.
Oh, good, it's over.
that-
Fuck, she's back.
Feminism in 2014 America is completely pointless. It's just a label that people are putting on themselves to feel special because
Why do I sound so cute?
It's just a label people are putting on themselves like, oh, someone protect her. She doesn't know how bad it's gonna get.
It's the special snowflake oppression Olympics. Everyone is in this big race to be the most progressive and the most open-minded and the most oppressed. It is the strangest thing I have ever seen, and it's like infesting like the internet, and it's starting to seep out into the real world. And like, I really don't like it.
So a little lore behind this video before we continue. First of all, Obama was president. Okay, this was before the Trump era. In fact,
so many people. And for those of you guys that don't know, you're too young, you weren't paying attention, whatever. Like I'm a firm believer in better late than never. I really am. People didn't jump on to The Last Jedi. People didn't jump on to COVID. What? It doesn't matter. I'm a firm believer in better late than never. But the Obama era is where woke began, even though we didn't have the term at the time. Like I said, we called them SJWs or whatever it may be. But the Obama administration, which my dumbass voted for because I was 18 years old, and then quickly regretted it within the first year, that's where woke started. Like, people don't realize how long this has actually been going on.
Oh, yeah. No, and because it's easy to forget, especially when we're getting like so overwhelmed in what we have in the current day.
Yeah. No, like, even back then, the woke that we didn't realize was in fact a massive problem. But it didn't seem like it because there was so much, I guess, noise. It felt so minuscule compared to everything else going on in the world. I want to give a quick shout out to Frank Fanham on Kick, who said, "How much does Sydney pay to emphasize the jiggle physics and hide the massive schlong? That's hilarious. Sydney's an actual girl." Shout out, thank you for the 5-banger over on Kick. But yeah, no, what we were bitching about back in the Gamergate era, while it was very important, seems small in comparison to what we're talking about now, but that was the seed that was planted.
Mm-hmm.
this was like months before Gamergate even popped off. This is ancient. Some of you don't even remember a time before Trump. Like, Trump is your normal. You don't remember what the political and cultural landscape was like before Trump. That is like crazy to me. Anyway, at this time I was like 23, 24, working at a makeup counter in the mall, and I noticed all the people around me were changing. Their personalities were shifting. They were becoming like very unfunny and like offended at everything. It was very weird. One example that sticks out in my mind for some reason was my friend screamed in my other friend's ear. My friend was like, "Ah, you're gonna make me go deaf." And then my other friend was like, "That's not funny. My brother's half deaf." I don't know why that one sticks out, but like,
for those of you watching this on the React cut that we're doing as a video, I am actually half deaf. I am deaf in my left ear. I slipped on a Q-tip about 11 to 12 years ago, and I've been permanently deaf in my left ear ever since. Make all the deaf jokes you want. It's fucking fine. They're hilarious. I also won't be able to hear those jokes unless you're on my right side. Just saying.
What'd you say? No.
Fuck you, Cindy.
like that was a pivotal moment where I was like, what the fuck is going on? Also, we later found out that her brother was in fact not half deaf, but anyway, the only thing I traced it back to was they all used the same website.
This video is mostly about...
If I said slipped on a Q-tip, I spoke wrong. I slipped with a Q-tip in my ear. I was wearing socks on my hard tile, flooring. My ex-wife yelled at me from the other room. I spun on my heels to like face the direction she was in, and spinning made me slip while the Q-tip was in my ear. And when I hit the ground, it shoved in. Yeah, it's like literally the single most painful experience of my life.
Yeah, he heard him.
God! No! What, Cindy?
I like Suka's joke here. Leon can't hear leftist because it's on his left.
Oh, I wish I couldn't hear leftists.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh my god, is that Big Red? Oh my god, just blast from the past.
Dude, you want to know the funny thing about this? I recently watched a documentary on this girl, like a YouTube documentary. She is one of the more sane leftists.
Oh my gosh.
No
Like
way.
we've all seen this meme of that bitch, right? When you look
Ah.
into her history, her backstory, she was actually one of the more sane ones that was willing to sit down, have rational conversations with conservatives, the whole nine. The picture of her just happened to get snapped at a time when she was like saying something and it came out looking like very obviously fucking what we look at nowadays as a leftist. She was one of the rational ones. Yeah.
Oh man.
Ass
That's
with this
scary.
face here. This woman should get some kind of like compensation for being on so many YouTubers' thumbnails. She was the face of the triggered feminist SJW for years.
Number one, shut the f up for a second. Now, if you would shut the f up for the
Now, this video is, and I hate that I'm defending a leftist. This video is out of context. The guy she's yelling at, normally her thing was she would engage very respectfully in dialogue with people of opposing views. The right-winger she's referring to in this was dominating her, bullying her, yelling at her, using a bunch of ad hom attacks, and eventually she snapped and started responding in kind, telling him to shut the fuck up, calling him names. But that's halfway into the debate, and it was only after he was doing it first.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like, again, I'm not defending this broad because, again, at the end of the day, she is a feminist leftist, so she's inherently an idiot. But when you look at any of her other debates, any of her other videos, she is actually very, I wouldn't say reasonable because she's a feminist, but very calm and cordial.
It's Billy to die.
And then it was this other person. Where are these people nowadays? I wonder what they're up to.
Tumblr is the reason there is just this outbreak and infestation of SJWs, ruining my internets and ruining my real life and just sucking the sense of humor out of so many people I know.
Tumblr was very popular back then, but there was like some dark evil energy coming from it, and I sensed it. And at the time, that is where I thought all this woke SJW shit was coming from. Little did I know, like, a lot of these people on Tumblr were college kids. All this like rape culture, white supremacist bullshit was coming from the college classroom. And at the time I didn't know. I was just a humble makeup salesman. So I was really confused and I felt like I was going crazy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to boot up the Shoe0nHead channel. I'm gonna vent and make a video. Nobody's gonna fucking see it. I don't care. As far as I knew, there was no other videos online talking about this subject. So I just filmed it, edited it, uploaded it, and left. Like, I didn't check the comment section, and I didn't even know that Thunderfoot, a YouTuber, shared my video, and that's how it originally blew up. And from there, I found out, oh, there's more people who agree with me. I found like Sargon of Akkad and like the Honey Badger.
And Sargon of Akkad to this day is a fucking legend. He is one of like Sargon of Akkad. So the idea of the like quote unquote anti-woke YouTubers or whatnot is they're dime a dozen. Like I love what I do. I love the Angry Badger. I love Hypnotic. A lot of people love Geeks and Gamers, Nerdrotic, things like that. But back in the day, the original anti-woke, the skeptic community, Armored Skeptic, Sargon of Akkad, Chris Raygun, some black guy, like they were. I guess they were just they were built different, and the uprising of people like the Quartering, G&G, Nerdrotics kind of pushed them out of the anti-woke space. I'd say for better or for worse, but it was for worse. Basically, it just comes off as like they were upset that the movement they helped start was getting too quote unquote extreme for them, even though it was what should be happening. But yeah, it's the days we were in with YouTube in 2026 and anti-woke content is very different than 2015 anti-woke content. Sometimes for the better and sometimes for the worse. Nowadays, I think is a bit of a mix. People jump at every shadow. They see an unattractive woman in a video game and they immediately recoil, say the whole game is woke. I disagree with that. But other times they talk about things that like, hey, there are some very deep-rooted pro-Marxist ideologies in so-and-so movie that people are consuming without even realizing it. And that is subjugating them to Marxist ideology that they don't realize that's what they're taking in, and that's also a problem. It's very it ebbs and flows, you know.
I you know, out of all these names being dropped, I think I had heard of only Sargon,
Sargon was one of the biggest in the game back in the day.
Yeah, and I watched Dankula.
Yeah, Dankula was a little bit later, but Dankula was another good voice in that movement. Yeah, Dankula exists in this weird portion between like, because you've got generations of sort of like the anti-woke. So you've got the Chris Ray Gun, Shoe0nHead, some black guy, Armored Skeptic, that era. Then like anti-woke 2.0, you've got Geeks and Gamers, Neurotic, Critical Drinker. And then you've got the modern era, which is people like me, Angry Badger, Hypnotic, all of that. Obviously, Cinny, Sevi, you guys. And the Count Dankula exists in this weird pocket of in between the anti-woke 1 and 2 eras where he sort of just popped up. What helped him is that obviously he had an actual legal case against him. And Dankula is he's just gotten better. Much like Shoe0nHead, he is better now than he was back then, and he was great back then.
Right. No, I have to agree.
It was crazy to feel like, oh, I'm not going insane. Things are changing.
They're all in this big competition to see who could be the most progressive and the most tolerant, at the same time being the most annoying and the most intolerant people that I've ever met in my life. It is just it's the oppression Olympics. Labeling yourself as a feminist, stop it. It is not a movement anymore. You do not need it. Nobody needs it. You have every single right that every guy has now. Like most feminists on the internet just hate men.
Now, if you can believe it, and this might be hard to believe while watching this video, this was transgressive back in the day. This was like crazy to hear online back then, especially coming from a woman. We're saying things like, oh, feminism is doo-doo and like obvious ass shit. Like people have.
The only people you heard this from back then were like first of all, people like me, but mostly like the university college bros, the fraternity. Is that the word, fraternity?
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard this from the frat bros, and you heard it from people like me who were like, yo, I just want to like kick back, play video games, watch anime, watch movies, and it not be super politically oriented. So much of the original anti-woke movement before that term even existed was like, dude, I just don't want to deal with it. It wasn't even that we were against it. We just didn't want to deal with it in our fucking nerd culture.
True and real. Oh my god.
Sev, I don't even know that you're muted. If you have opinions, we've not been hearing you.
We just wanted to grill.
No, I was eating ice and you didn't want to bother chat.
No, yeah, keep your mic on and eat the ice. Talk when you want to talk. Chat can get fucked. Love you, chat. Keep donating.
I have a victim complex these days. That was like sacrilegious. And now it's like nothing. Now it's like wallpaper. Everyone thinks that. Every day there's like a new racist e-girl popping up and saying the N-word and then falling off a week later. Like if
shout out Leaflet.
This video came out today, it would get like no views because it's the most basic shit ever. This video almost got me fired from my job, like they found out where I worked, they called my boss, they were like, she hates women, like all this stuff. When it first blew up, most of the comments were negative. It was just a bunch of angry women being like, you're a handmaiden of the patriarchy. Like this was before the term pick me existed. Handmaiden of the patriarchy. That
Cinny, Sevi, as women, I'm honestly curious. Can you remember a time on the internet as content creators? And then we'll go further, but as content creators, were you content creating before the term pick me?
Well, pick me happened like less than a year ago, so yes.
Yeah,
no,
I guess so.
No,
really?
Pick me's been a thing since like 26. No, guys, pick me's been a thing since like 2016.
Oh, then after then.
Yeah, that was the point I was trying to make. Both you guys, who are both incredible in bass, and again, chat, if you guys aren't subbed to Cinny and Sevi, you need to be. Pick me is an old school term. She was before then, but yeah, it is like that Star Wars girl, in my opinion, is an actual pick me. She has actually said, and it happened to not be on stream. I'm not going to reveal my sources as to how do I know it was said, that she doesn't care about this stuff. She doesn't care about the culture war. She uses it for views. That is a pick me. However, Cinny, Sevi, you guys do care about this stuff. That's why you talk about it. It has nothing to do. But by the way, women should want to be picked. That's kind of the point of getting together and breeding and having children and continuing the human race. Like, the idea of a pick me as an insult is so fucking wild.
Well, I mean, they don't like women who are going to get more attention than them, especially if they're faking their beliefs in order to be picked, right? Or watched or get the views. So, yeah, no, it makes sense.
I've gotten so many comments about me being a pick-me girl just because of Sony. It's insane.
I was going to say, didn't you literally get attacked for being a pick me just because of what you said about no dis, no buy?
Yeah, and Xbox. Yeah, it's just retarded. That's what it is.
Goes kind of hard. Can we bring that back? Okay, so that was the first video. Let's watch another one, shall we? This is called Social Justice League.
Real quick, we're not going to do super chats at the end of this. However, I do want to call it Sly Maverick since he won't be here. I want to make sure he hears me call him out. Dropping some support as I head into work. Happy birthday, Leon. Thank you so much. Truly appreciated. Absolute legend. Thank you for the birthday wishes.
Have a good day.
Gamers.
May or may not have noticed, I've been fully immersed in this whole Gamergate thing since it started like 2 months ago.
Gamergate was 2 months ago? Oh my god. For those of you who
For frame of reference, as we react to this in 2026, the year of our Lord and Savior, Gamergate was 12 years ago.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
don't know what Gamergate was, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's not important. Some woman allegedly slept with someone, and now the Strait of Hormuz is closed. Things happened in between that, but that's
Hers
basically
wasn't.
just editing Shoe here. I decided to actually put in a brief explanation because genuinely a lot of you might not know. Gamergate.
Fuck, I feel so old. Astromissus says I was 10 when Gamergate happened. I was 20 to 21. We have people on the internet that were still in elementary school when Gamergate happened. It I don't know about for either of you. For me, Gamergate was such a seminal role in me forming my political ideologies as a young 20-something, 20 to 21. There are people in our chat right now that were in elementary school when it happened.
Yeah.
I think every single one of us on this fucking platform should feel so fucking old. I was having my first beer at a Sugar Ray concert. My first legal beer. Not my first beer. My first legal beer at a Sugar Ray concert when Gamergate was happening.
That's crazy. That is super crazy.
Yup.
Kicked off when game devs and game journalists were accused of sleeping with each other for better game reviews. A bunch of journalists then coordinated anti-gamer hit pieces, all coming out around the exact same day, saying things like gamers are dead and focusing on how sexist and white and male gaming spaces were. It was a mess that went on for like 3 years.
And I want to remind y'all that when these gamer spaces were sexist and white and male, games were fucking good. Jak and Daxter, Spyro the Dragon, Gears of War, Halo 2, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3, Duke motherfucking Nukem. By all means, some of y'all gals here, because I know you guys are both real gamers, name just a few of your favorite games from the 2000s.
I played World of Warcraft.
Right, you played World of Warcraft back when it was straight white and male. Sev, what about you?
Yeah.
2000s, I think Spider-Man was out in 2000. Tomb Raider. Did Infamous come in 2000s?
Yes, Infamous. Infamous is a great example.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to
Oh,
remember.
how the mighty
I
have
love
fucking
games.
fallen.
Arguably
Mass
longer,
Effect.
and many people cite it as one of the first major culture wars online. People went to the UN to talk about sexism in gaming. There was even a Law and Order episode about evil sexist gamers.
These guys, they just can't stand women in gaming.
What did they do to you?
They leveled up.
Also, Logan Paul was in that episode for some reason. It was a weird time. Anyway.
Seeing good friends of mine get labeled as misogynist, sexist, racist, only for enjoying video games and seeing through this very obvious agenda pushing 100% no. I honestly could not imagine being so deluded that you actually make yourself believe that all gamers are white, cis males who are worse than ISIS. I'm not even mad. I'm actually like impressed.
Cis was a word back then.
What was that?
I didn't know cis was still being used back
Yeah,
then.
no, that was the inception of cis. Like, dudes, they've been trying to make cis a thing since 2014.
Oh my gosh.
That is
so
how people
stupid.
and Cindy, I'm not saying this to insult you, but you are the perfect example. People don't realize how far back this shit goes unless you were there at the time. You don't fucking know. I've been aware of cis for 12 fucking years now and have been roasting it for that long. Now I was on YouTube, because I've only been on YouTube for 4 years, but on 4chan fucking posts, on Facebook, things like that. My original Twitter account, which has since been banned, the Shadow Realms. Like, this shit was insane even 12 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
That these people have the ability. They're like champions of mental gymnastics of the oppression Olympics.
SJW logic and facts. Oh my god.
Coming in like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this. This character doesn't look like me. She's not frumpy and below average. It makes me insecure. Change it.
She's not frumpy and below average. It makes me insecure. God damn,
That's hilarious.
Bars 12 years ago.
She's not wrong. That's what they did.
Sev, while we're at this point where it's talking about frumpy and below average, give us your opinion on fat people right now, please.
You should fix that because that's gross.
Oh, come on. I know you can go harder than that. You hate fat people. Come on. Give me your whole uncensored view. This is going in a video.
You what?
Give me your full uncensored version. This is going in a video.
Okay. Full uncensored opinion. Okay. Don't be fat. That's gay. Go die. Because that's disgusting. You're wasting everybody's space.
I'll take it.
Change this. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't even play that, but I don't like it. There could be a fucking black, Mexican, Chinese, demisexual, lesbian, feminist, otherkin in a wheelchair with no legs and shit. These crybabies.
Yo,
it reminds me of Wizards of the Coast.
What was that, hun?
It reminds me of Wizards of the Coast.
Do you remind me of? Did you remember demisexual? Like, that was a thing. I don't know if it's still a thing. Demisexual was a fucking thing for a while.
What the fuck is that?
I have to Google it to remember. Hold on.
I don't know.
Demisexual.
Yeah, otherkin was the one that stood out to me. The fuck is an otherkin?
Demisexuality is a sexual orientation on the sexual spectrum where a person feels sexual attraction only after forming a strong emotional bond with someone. You mean like normal people?
Yeah.
You have a sexual attraction to people you have a relationship with. That's normal. Well, demisexuality is apparently a fucking thing.
That's funny. But what is otherkin? What does that mean?
Oh my god. Oh my. Okay, Cindy, do you want to explain otherkin?
No, I asked what the hell is otherkin.
Wait, you guys don't know what otherkin is?
No.
So remember how there's all those jokes going around about like, oh, so-and-so needs a litter box in the cat room?
Or you gotta be fucking kidding.
Wait, what?
Otherkin is a form of like transsexuality where you believe that your spirit, like you weren't just born in the wrong gender, you're born in the wrong body. You should have been an animal, not a human.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tase them and throw them in the bin, okay? Like they do not walk around like people. So if they can't even feel like people, tase them, put them in the box.
Yeah, exactly. That's wow.
Yeah. I got something to show you guys in a bit, but we'll wait till this video's over.
Would still not be happy.
Oh my god, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They still do this shit. They still invade nerdy male spaces and force them to cater to them. They're still purposely making female characters like ugly and frumpy. You still can't pander to them because they'll never be happy.
Take a look at this.
It's a frightening and disgusting trend in the world of online gaming. Hackers rewriting code to simulate sexual.
Sam Meg, stop.
Real quick, we're going to pivot for a moment. This is Other Kid.
Oh God.
All levels except physical. I am a wolf.
He's a what?
He is
Bring
a
the
wolf.
second flood, please.
A fucking Arizona.
No, we'll play it again.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
Did he bark?
He barked. He absolutely
Lame.
fucking barked.
Elmer Voth, I think you need to do that charge back you spoke of earlier.
Elmer Voth, don't you goddamn dare do a chargeback, motherfucker.
Over a year ago because of what she calls a misogynistic mentality that already exists in the world of gaming. The graphics are so good, this attack is eerily realistic. Eerily realistic.
Oh,
Oh no.
you're doing it wrong? God damn!
All about the
Guys, for every fucking Nux Taku out there and for every Asmongold, like, guys, I like Nux. I like Asmongold. But I actually really want to drive home. When they do these videos, they're like, oh, Shoe0nHead's learning to be based. Shoe0nHead was always based. She has been the most, more than Geeks and Gamers, more than Neurotic, more than Asmongold, more than anyone else. Shoe0nHead, and this is not a dig against those guys. I like all those guys. Shoe0nHead has been the most consistent, quote-unquote, anti-SJW, anti-woke, whatever you want to call it, creator on the entire internet. She has. Shoe0nHead is a fucking legend. While she might be our commie mommy today, she is the same person now, 10, 12 years later, that she's always been.
traffic cone.
It's also really weird to cat for Shoe0nHead as much as I am with my own fucking girlfriend on the stream, but I'm only talking about the political persuasions, and that's that.
My dad literally stole that traffic cone off the street from me. I was like, Dad, I need a traffic cone for this video I'm doing. He like took it off the street and he's like,
You want to know the funny thing about that?
What's that?
I also once stole a traffic cone. So I used to be in a punk band, and we all lived together. All 5 of us lived together. Well, plus a girl that really, really liked all of us. When I was 6 of us living together in one apartment,
Whoa.
2-bedroom apartment, by the way. And we would just steal everything we could that had any sort of like significant value, traffic cones, street signs, the whole nine. We called it our contraband collection. We stole a traffic cone, like not one of those small ones, one of the like fucking 4-foot tall ones that was right next to a sign that said these stealing traffic cones could cover a fine up to like $350 or whatever. And we're like, oh, the sign tells us not to steal this $350 traffic cone. We're gonna steal it and stuffed it in the back of our fucking hatchback. Stealing traffic cones, incredibly illegal. Don't do it.
No.
Wow.
Gosh.
here you go. He didn't even like ask what it was for. I was just like, thanks. Like, it's good to have a supportive father in your life. So this one is called
so
Average is Beautiful.
What did you say, Cindy?
I think that's so sweet. And then she's just outside making humping motions with the cone.
Race together? Wow, how progressive!
Oh my god, Race Together. I forgot all about this. In 2014, Starbucks did this thing called Race Together, where I shit you not, they made baristas write hashtag Race Together on the cups to encourage discussion about race relations with customers.
Oh yeah, let's get rid of race relation tension by just making awkward conversation about race at Starbucks. Why?
They were forcing 18-year-old kids to have awkward-ass discussions with strangers about race. Yeah, can I get a tall cappuccino? Ah, yes, hello. I see you are a person of color. What the f*** were they smoking back then?
So, Daxnar messaged me before the stream. If you guys haven't noticed, best mod in the whole damn land, Daxnar is not here. Daxnar, my mod, messaged me about an hour for the stream saying, hey, I have to miss tonight. My best friend, or he said my POC took a nasty fall. I want to spend the evening with him. I messaged back, your person of color took a nasty fall? I didn't know what else POC could stand for. He responds with, let me pull up the message. Partner in crime. N starts with I. That would be PIC. What do you mean POC? Of course I write it as person of color. What the fuck does that mean?
You're racist. You're black.
No, I'm
Maybe
not
it's
racist.
both.
He put POC, not PIC.
Maybe it's both. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's both.
It's not both. He's an idiot.
I just imagine some black lady, like, on her way to work, walks into Starbucks, like, oh, can I have a latte, please? And the barista just like, I see you are a woman of color.
Oh my god. I made the same fucking joke. I didn't even remember. That's I did it again. Wow, it's almost like we have the same brain or something.
Listen, social justice, you can, like, invade video games all you want. You can do whatever you want to comics. But don't touch my Disney. I will send the hounds on you.
Oh, if only she knew where Disney was going.
Oh my gosh.
If only 2014 Shoe0nHead knew the route Disney would be going.
She needs the hounds now.
Oh god. Nobody tell her. Nobody tell her. Nobody tell her.
Weird.
This one is called internalized misogyny.
If you're a woman capable of individual thought, you've probably had the term internalized misogyny thrown at you a few times. So, what is it exactly?
I would like to show a couple of you guys in chat here what internalized misogyny looks like.
I don't internalize it. I don't think Steffi does either. Yeah.
No.
This is internalized misogyny. Both these women understand that men are better than women, and therefore the misogyny is in fact internalized.
Fucking retarded. The end. There are so many stupid feminist rebuttals, but I think internalized misogyny has to be like my top favorite. Right after she's doing it for male attention and she'll learn when she's older. She'll learn when she's older, as if one day it's just gonna be like, happy birthday to you.
Holy shit! Manspreading is an issue.
I am literally older now than I was meant to be in that skit about the future. And I did not, in fact, learn when I got older. I got worse.
These people have an excuse and a buzzword for everything. Racist, sexist, MRA, right-wing, conservative, privilege.
Oh my god, MRA. I forgot about MRAs. Oh my god.
I was on the internet at this time. I was anti-SJW this time, and even I don't remember what MRA stands for.
Wait, isn't that the gun stuff?
I don't know.
No
that's
idea.
that's NRA, girly.
Oh, okay. What does MRA stand
I'm
for?
also curious.
And right activists.
MRAs were men's rights activists, and before
that's right, men's rights activists. I totally fucking forgot. I forgot about men's rights activists. Holy shit! What a blast from the past.
people were getting called like incel online for criticizing women or supporting men, they were being called MRA. Yes, it was considered an insult back then to care about men's rights. This was before the modern red pill. This was before Andrew Tate, Clavicular, Fresh and Fit. We had like Roosh V.
For the longest time, I wanted to do a post on how to approach girls that are ordering a drink at the bar. So what I did is I went to the toy store and I bought some dolls. These two are the cute girls who you want to have sex with.
That was our Andrew Tate back then.
MRA, right-wing, conservative, privilege. They do this to move the goalposts. So then you're like, oh, wait, I'm not an MRA. This is why I'm not an MRA.
That's why you don't play the game. Like, I didn't know this at the time. I was naive and stupid. But you don't fight back. You don't go like, oh, no, I'm not right-wing. I voted for Bernie. I have a gay friend. Like, no. Shut up. No. You just have to...
I don't have any gay friends. Because gay is a sin.
You are the gay friend.
I am the gay friend. Fuck you! I was trying to do that, bitch! I was trying to say that! You ruined the fucking joke, Cinnamere! I'm to say I'm the gay friend. I hate you!
It's all that internalized misogyny.
That's hilarious.
God damn it!
Well, at least we know you.
Even if you're not, because literally all they have...
What was that, hun?
At least we know you, so take that as a compliment.
Sure.
is the ists and the isms. Defending yourself from their thought-terminating buzzwords is just, it's useless. It's a waste of time. I wish I knew that back then. So this is my most viewed video ever. 10 million views. Demonetized. Haven't seen a single cent from that video. Awesome. Anyway. So we all know BuzzFeed is the internet equivalent of ass cancer. We know this, and I'm pretty sure the website is a government experiment created to test my patience. Is that a Mr. Meeksy shirt? Oh my god, dude. Back when Rick and Morty was funny. They're known for hits like, let's get fat women to do poses only fit gymnasts can do. Being a woman is hard because compliments, and damage control the video. So without further ado, I present to you 36 questions feminists have for men. They were just pumping out videos like this constantly. Every week, another mass-produced, corpo-slop, anti-man, anti-white video.
So when you see the word white, what comes to mind? Privilege, I think power.
We can never let this happen again. I don't care if Trump blows up the world, okay? They can make Israel a 51st state, as long as I never have to hear,
hey fellow white guy,
ever again.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
How does it feel to be the same sex as someone I personally politically disagree with? The man is literally Satan to these people. Like, they could have said Hitler. And they basically meant Hitler. Trump is...
So, Cindy first, then Sevi. Each of you, I want to take a moment to tell me what you think of Donald Trump.
I feel cheated that I didn't get the dictator I was promised.
All right, Sevi.
I think he tried to step into the political role to try and get rid of the two-party system and failed. But I mean, I still think that he did a really good job with trying to crush the illegal immigration problem that we have right now.
All right. And as an immigrant yourself who hates other legal immigrants, I imagine you agree with at least a lot of what he's doing. You're a big fan of ICE as a Latina?
I mean, I deal with ICE all the time. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. I'm constantly sending you articles about like, oh, look, this motherfucker's got
this clipped into its own segment. Explain to people who might be new to the channel why you're so pro ICE, why you deal with them all the time. What do you do for a living?
Sure. I am, in my real job, I am a lawyer. I do corporate law, and part of that also involves dealing with various agencies, including ICE and the Department of Labor, as it comes to immigrants. So I have to deal with them in terms of making sure that people who are working there are actually authorized to work. And if they're not authorized to work, then they shouldn't be working there.
All right. Great. Glad we got that cleared up.
They're Hitler. It's very trendy to hate Trump right now. Oh, wow. I'm pretty left-leaning, but I've been called a Trump supporter like 6 times in the past few months. 6 times? 6 times? Oh, you poor baby. Try 6,000. At the time, the anti-woke, anti-SJW genre was mostly full of liberals. It was mostly liberals criticizing all of this stuff, all of this woke behavior. We all saw this as not real liberalism. This isn't the real left. The real left cares about like real equality and workers' rights and blah, 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 blah. We wanted to call our side out. Obviously, that didn't work, but we tried.
Why do you have to sit with your legs so wide open?
Men have balls. Oh my god. Manspreading. One of the top issues people would talk about nonstop back then was men sitting with their legs slightly open on public transportation. Why? It was seen as some like patriarch.
No, go on. What were you saying? Why?
Yeah, why? Who cares?
Why
why would this matter however men sit? Who the fuck cares?
Because they don't have...
It's offensive when men who have balls spread their legs so they don't squish their own balls. Sorry, what were you saying?
Then fucking spread. If you're sitting down, who the fuck cares?
Because they don't have real men at home, so they have to boss other men around.
That is insane.
Article like statement of power or some shit. Like every week we had to hear about manspreading.
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much space as humanly possible.
What happened to all these little pet issues they were all upset about? I guess like people can't afford houses now, right? They can't, find jobs. I don't think they have energy to talk.
Can we complain about fat people taking more than one seat because they're fucking fat?
Let me do you one better. Hold on, Seth. Let me do you one better. Can we just complain about fat people in general?
No, what about woman-splaining? Like, they're explaining everything to you. In fact, half the time, more than half, you wish they'd shut up.
99.9% of the time do I wish that women would shut the fuck up. Like, women are not an oppressed class. Women have never been an oppressed class. And I know there's going to be a lot of people upset about that. But guys, I don't care what the history books have told you. Even back in the 1700s, women could be landowners and women could vote. That's just the reality, the fucking situation. Before universal suffrage, women could still vote. They just had to be landowners. You want to know what made you a landowner? If your goddamn dad dies and in his will, put his land to you, bequeath his land to you. Shut the fuck up with your lying, disingenuous misinterpretations of history, you dumb, unfuckable sluts.
So what I'm hearing is you need to call your dad, you need to kill your dad and kill everybody else in line of succession so you get the land. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay, well, I didn't plan on going so Game of Thrones with it, but sure.
Talk about the pink tax or man spreading or whatever.
Why are straight guys so obsessed with lesbians?
Wow, this chocolate bar sure is good. But you know what would make it better? Wow, another chocolate bar. 2 of a thing I like. Together.
What?
People still come to my channel to this day and leave comments on my videos like, are you the chocolate bar girl? My legacy.
Why do I deserve to be paid less than you?
Okay, this is the thing, though.
The average earnings of men and
This is the thing. The wage gap exists because most women are too weak to negotiate and bargain for a better deal. So every time I have switched jobs, I don't go in and be like, oh, please just, give me whatever wage you want me to get. I negotiate for 2 or 3 rounds to make sure I can get the best fucking wage. So you look at in terms of like what women do and what men do. Generally, women just take the first offer. They don't try to negotiate. They don't try to do anything. And men are more likely to negotiate. So then you're wondering why men get paid better? Maybe it's because you suck.
Fucking based.
I mean, I was with you at the Southeast Game Exchange this past weekend or a couple weekends ago now, and you haggled like a motherfucker. Why don't you, I'll make a big screen, explain the story of your Lara Croft real quick while I take a piss.
Oh, yeah, sure. So as you can see, I have a Lara Croft right here. Over here. It was being sold for $100. I was not going to pay $100 for it. So I offered $50 instead, which was half the price point. And my argument to them was like, well, you know what? This is the last day of the con. It is Sunday. If you give it to me, I'll figure out a way to take it home. You don't have to bother with it. And you'll get a for sure sale right now if you sell it to me for $50. And then they said, well, no, we can't really do that. You know, they offered, I think like again, original price was $100. They offered $75. And they said, no, like we'll do 75. And then plus we have to add all these percentages if you use a credit card versus cash. And I said, well, I only have a credit card. That's the only way I can pay. So I offered 55 instead. And we had a discussion about how, like, again, you know, it would be much better, you know, it would be better for them if they sold it to me, because again, it's a for sure sale than maybe sale in the future, and they wouldn't have to worry about it and packing it up and, you know, figure out a way to sell it later on if, you know, they can even sell it later on. I did get it for $60 period. So that was pretty good.
Oh no, that's hella good. Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty good.
Badass.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. But I was pretty happy about it. I got also a couple of Game Boy Advance games. Yeah, for $5, and I got a bunch of those too.
Sunday is the best day for haggling.
Yeah, it's true. And that's really what you do. So like I even went to a couple of other places where I was buying stuff and I was like, well, hey, like it's the last day. Come on, be nice. Let's make a deal. Is this price negotiable? And I haggled down a couple of things and then like they were like, well, I guess you're also a vendor. I was not a vendor. It's like, I guess we'll give you a good deal. It's like, okay, all right, let's work it out.
Well,
so
no, you were a vendor. You and I both had vendor badges at the con.
I know, but technically I was not a vendor. That was my point.
Oh, okay. Well, they didn't know that. That was my point.
Yeah, exactly. I will use whatever I have to use to get a fucking good deal. And that's the entire point. I mean, I know like generally, like if when I went to sell my car before I got the car that I did, I got above the blue Kelly book, which is pretty hard to get.
Kelly blue book woman, but go on.
Whatever, same shit. That should tell you how much I know, and it still got way above price.
Woman's after
Point
my
is
own heart.
that you
Holy
as a
shit.
woman, because women traditionally are not known to haggle, did in fact haggle and got that fucking Tomb Raider thing in your background for 40% off.
Yeah.
Women working full time. It does not count for different job positions, hours worked, or different jobs. It has nothing to do with the same job. It has nothing to do with discrimination.
Oh, right. You did in fact get the God of War game for free. Explain that one. Mind you, by the way, guys, I'll give you the spoiler version. She used her tits, but go on, honey.
She's what?
No, go on.
No, I got it for free because the guy couldn't figure out. I didn't use my boobs. Oh my God. No, what happened was the guy couldn't get the Apple Pay thing to work. And I was like, well, I don't really have another way to pay for it if you don't have Apple Pay. And he was selling it for $15. And then like he tried another way and it didn't work out. And I was like, oh my God, I really wanted it. This sucks because I won't be able to get it. So I gave him the tier, like sad woman version of it, and then he said, okay, well, I'll give it to you for free.
And then he
Don't worry
looked
about
at
it.
her gigantic fucking knockers and thought, if I give her this game for free, maybe she'll sleep with me, not knowing she had a boyfriend just the other side of the con. But it is what it is.
There you go.
That's the real story.
So the reason I have a button that debunks the wage gap is because back in the day, you could not escape hearing about the fucking fake-ass 77-cent wage gap bullshit. I don't think you hear about the wage gap anymore because young women are starting to out-earn young men. So that's a little awkward.
Why are women?
Women are out-earning young men because we have a replacement rate problem where there are not enough men to go into all the dangerous jobs like coal mining, oil rigging, whatnot, and women are still getting jobs like being a psychologist.
Honestly, they shouldn't be allowed to.
I fucking agree, Cinny.
Do you know that Leon is actually a secret psychologist?
I'm a what?
Secret psychologist.
Oh, do explain.
No, it's just.
Oh, you mean how I'm able to miraculously know every fucking time you're having one of your feminine mental breakdowns?
I mean, that was the implication, but you didn't have to spell it out.
It's a fact. Trigger warning. Facts.
Libs owned. Trigger warning. Facts. Okay, Ben Shapiro, calm down. I thought that was such a mic drop.
Are you intimidated by a woman who makes more money than you? That's awesome. More money.
So when women make less, it's called the wage gap. But when men make less, it's just more money. Sorry, I'm like responding to the old video instead of my video. I forget how stupid these talking points were, dude. And sorry, I'm just watching these videos. I'm thinking about all the fucking people on Reddit who are like, Shoe0nHead sent me down the alt-right pipeline. Really? This is what did it? How the fuck is it my responsibility if you watch milquetoast ass shit like this and start goose stepping? I went down the alt-right pipeline. I was a Nazi. First of all, no, you weren't. No, you weren't. You probably watched some Ben Shapiro owns college liberal compilations, and then some other YouTuber years later told you that's what being a Nazi is, and that actually having the politics of a Walmart HR department is salvation. Like, can we fucking relax? I'm sorry, I don't understand the YouTubers and streamers from this era who have like trolls remorse about this shit, that feel guilty for making fun.
When she say trolls remorse and feel guilty, she's talking about one person.
Who?
She's talking about iDubbbz. She's talking about motherfucking iDubbbz. iDubbbz being the bitch-made faggot that he is, now is disavowing all his old content, is being butt buddies with Hassan, Osama bin Laden, Epstein, dog shucker, fucker, piker, bending over goddamn backwards and forwards for Hassan and probably Valkyrie as well, to be anti-Ethan Klein and anti-Asmongold. She's talking about motherfucking iDubbbz.
Oh, man.
None of this stuff back then because they think them making fun of this stuff gave
and yes, Astromonesis, you might be new to my channel. We say faggot up in this bitch all the time. Why? Because we don't give a fuck about YouTube TOS. We're here to be goddamn honest.
Well, first of all, during kick, so
well, yeah, they should be even used to more people doing that. But yeah, no, exactly. They're saying like good. Like, yeah, no, I'm just letting you know. It seems you're new to my channel, and by all means, I appreciate that. Be new, come for every stream. Definitely super chat because I would appreciate that. I am but a humble streamer doing this for a living.
There you go.
It barely gets by. Hashtag grift. But yes, trust me, you will get no fucking filter on this channel. If my YouTube channel were to get deleted for the things I say, I'm fucked. I'll have to go back to working in IT or just stream to Kick exclusively and really hope I become Leaflet and it take off. But either way, we don't self-censor on this channel. We never fucking have.
You got a smash raid incoming.
Oh, shout out to Smash Raid. Thank you so much, Smash JT. Automod. There shouldn't be Automod on my Kick. I'll have to change that. Yeah, if that's the case, I'll change that. There should not be Automod on my Kick. Say faggot all you want.
Rise to Trump and whatever. It's like, no, this stuff gave rise to Trump.
And yes, hail to the Raiders. Thank you so much, Smash JT, for the raid. It's the birthday stream. Shout out. Appreciate all of you.
Not you reacting to it. Like, why wouldn't you make fun of this shit? It's ridiculous and it's counterproductive. Like, you wonder why so many Gen Z men are further right than, like, boomer men. It's
shout out to Lucifer the Doberman over on Kick who sent 10 hypes. Shout out. Thank you oh so much, Lucifer. You absolute legend.
It's not because they watched a YouTuber called BuzzFeed cringe, right? It's because BuzzFeed and things like it, the media, academia, the culture that they grew up in, a reactionary movement needs something to react to. Like this shit, as goofy as it was harmful. It was harmful to society in general, and it was harmful to like the left because this is how people saw the left. Trump wasn't elected specifically because BuzzFeed, right? I'm like, that's stupid. But there was this like slingshot of
shout out to my boy Smash JT with a 20 banger saying happy birthday. Normally we would do super chats at the end of the segment, but I know Smash will probably end up being like, yo, it's really late. I'm going to bed. So I want him to get his flowers now. Thank you, homie. I appreciate you. Fighting for you. Love you. Appreciate you. Still think your bisexual lightning is dumb as fuck. But you know what? If we agree on 90% and the 10 is different, that's good enough for me. Appreciate you, Smash. You're a legend. Thank you so much, dude. You didn't need to. You did. It means the world to me. I normally play you a clip, but I don't want to you know, fuck up the flow of the video. So after the video,
hey, Smash.
Fact against woke one. But more importantly, there was a hole in politics left from a do-nothing neoliberal neocon establishment that was just waiting to be filled by a populace, and Trump filled that hole. Trump filled America's hole. He got America pregnant, and now
my gosh.
Y'all remember the Joe Rogan bit? Right after Trump got elected, Joe Rogan was like, we just got out of a relationship with a very sensible but boring person. I was referring to Obama. He's like, and now we're dating a whore. Someone who just wants to run red lights and fuck. That would ever be my favorite description of Trump. A whore that just wants to run red lights and fuck. I'm like, you know what? He's right. I'm here for it.
Months later, out pops a war with Iran. And America's like, I didn't ask for this. Well, why'd you open your legs, whore? Sorry. You were asking for it. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, now people online are like, oh, woke 2 is gonna be great. Woke 2 is gonna hit like crack.
If you thought we were woke before, you done went.
Woke 2.0.
I did not sign up to have James Gunn in this video, Shoe0nHead. Just saying.
And woke the beast. Welcome to woke 2.0.
Do you want Hitler too? Because that's how you get Hitler too.
I want Hitler too. I want Hitler too, Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
We're not doing this shit again. I would kindly advise against it. If you look at everything happening now, like literal pedophiles running the world, bills being passed to merge our military with foreign militaries, a bunch of AI surveillance cameras popping up everywhere, bombs we pay for with our tax dollars against our will going to blow up children, all of
I'm cool with that.
I'm fine with
As long as the children are brown. Like, bombs can blow up as many kids as they want as long as the kids are brown. Adults too. Israel, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Iran. I don't give a fuck. Glass the entire Middle East. I don't give a fuck.
That's
this
hilarious.
Seems extremely petty and unimportant. But it was part of this like deeply subversive, destructive rot in society. I used to always say that culture war was a distraction.
Hey, thank you for the sub. Kilu with guns.
From class war. And for the most part, I still kind of think that's true. But I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time, you know? I could want the rich to pay their fair share and also want my children to grow up in a world where it's not socially acceptable to hate them. Yeah, these videos were a little cringe and like, I don't think they aged that poorly. Some of the jokes were really cringe and like, facts and logic liberals. Like, pretty much do the same videos, but now they're more like organized and structural and scripted. I do the same videos, but in a more medicated sort of way. Big Vivans is taking away your millennial quirk chunguses. Big Pharma won't let me go merp. So that was that video. I thought it would be fun to do. What did you guys think? If you want to see my full, raw, unedited reaction to my first video, there is a bonus video up on my Patreon right now. Link down below. What the fuck? Also, all Patreon members get every single video a day early, uncensored, no bleeps. I'm also doing Patreon-only live streams now, so I would love to see you guys there. Lots of stuff going on. Link down below. Join today. We want you. Join the Shoe Simps. Join the SS today. Also,
the Shoe Simps, the SS is brilliant.
That's
guys.
funny.
Here's the comment. Here's the link to the video. I'll put it in the comments. Make sure you give it a like, a sub. Again, I've been watching for Shoe for a decade or more, and more than a decade. I think I started watching Shoe when I was 20 to 21. Today is the birthday celebration. I'm turning 32. Shoe0nHead's been a big part of my life. But all in all, this was a great video, mainly because, like, not to get all sentimental on y'all fucks, but I think a lot of my viewers are a bit younger. We're not into the culture war stuff in the OG Gamergate days like I was. And I think this is a very good kind of trip down for me, memory lane. For you guys, just like a history lesson, a crash course on what Woke 1.0 was like back before it was called Woke and it was called the SJW agenda and whatnot. Things have gotten so much worse, and in some respects have gotten better. I won't take that away. I mean, we're still controlled by Israel, and women still have man jaws in video games, but there is a lot of things that are getting better, and I am nothing but a white pill guy. I think that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I think that we're on our way there, but there's always the old adage that things will get worse before they get better. Cindy, what do you think about all this?
Oh, man. It really highlights for me in particular, since I am I was formerly I just want a grill person. To like how bad it was, and then how bad it was going to get. Like it really highlights it for me, and it makes me feel super ashamed that I just kind of buried my head in the sand. But I'm glad
But you don't now. Sometimes on your streams, you go just as hard, if not harder than me.
Yeah, I know. I think I give Yams heart palpitations sometimes. And I know Devil will like send an emote of him smoking, like, oh God, Cindy's at it again.
Sev, what about you? As somebody who like came to this country when you were, 16, 17 years old, I won't say your age now, but you have definitely been fully assimilated in this country for a long time. I'm as anti-immigration as I am. I consider you a true blue American. Shocker, the right-wing racist misogynist guy dating a foreigner, saying it's okay, you get the pass. But like, what are your thoughts after all this?
It's sad to see like the state of the world. I'm just really sad how like bad it has gotten for sure, and I'm hope that we can get it back. And it's just all brought in through awareness. And that's what we do, every day when we talk about it.
We really do need to start with repealing the 19th.
Fucking facts.